Hi, this is Karen. I have become a paper house building addict, and my granddaughter decided I should make this little tutorial to help find some other addicts out there. And as you can see, we're going to do a little tutorial on how to make the basic house. These are some of the ones that I've made after having played with it a lot. But this little tutorial will just show you how to do the basic one. Going close up on a basic one. This one right here, yeah. This one right here is basic. And this one is pretty basic. So we're just going to show you how to make the first part of it. And if you get addicted, let me know.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to turn on the lights for you to see. My husband wired them all up so they can have lights in them. You can also just set them on a tea light because they lift off, and you just set your tea light right underneath. Or you can even put them on your Christmas tree. They're really neat on a tree setting over your Christmas lights. All right, let's go check out the basics. Okay, Caitlin and I are going to show you how to put together one of these little houses. They are so fun to make. We've just had a blast making them for all kinds of holidays and for presents and for happy birthdays, and they're just really fun to do, especially picking out different colors and things to add to them with the miniatures that are available right now. So I'm going to explain each piece to you. Lay your pieces out when you get your envelope, and you'll see that you have a front piece, and that's the one that has the door. This is the front and the side. You can see the score line. I don't know if you can see it very well in this video, but on your piece you'll see the score line. You might have to look on the inside to see the score line, but it's scored on all the places that need to be folded, and that makes it easier, so much easier to make if they're scored. And these are all scored and punched and ready to go. So this is the front and side. This green piece is the back and side. Compare it to what you've got in your pieces. This is the large section of the roof. This is the base piece. This is the chimney piece. Hopefully you'll just compare the different pieces in your kit to what I'm showing you. The little window frames, the fence piece. She'll have 4 of those. She'll have 5 of the windows. These are the pillars for the front porch, which you can use these, or on the log cabin looking one I've used a stick, and on some of them I've used a paper straw, which isn't included, but if you have any cute paper straws, they're real easy to cut and use for your pillars. This piece is the front porch, the steps, this piece right here, and this is the small roof, this part right here. And we've also including the vellum, which is what's inside the windows. If you want to put a tea light inside of it, the vellum works really nice so that you don't see the lights sitting in there. It just covers up the holes in the window. You can leave them open if you want to, but we are including them. So the first thing I like to do is flip over the ones that have the windows on them, and you're going to glue down your vellum to cover your windows. It's easiest to do right now before you get it put together. You don't have to be neat about it because you're not going to see inside the house with the vellum on it. So I like to put the glue gun right down on it, push it down and slide it away, just because that doesn't leave those strings that kind of hang out, and you get those hanging out in your window, they don't look that good. I guess they'd be good for Halloween because then it would look like you had cobwebs. But since we're not making Halloween houses today, we're just gonna cover up all our windows. First things first. First time I made one, I put it together and then tried to do this, and it's a little bit more tricky if you wait till it's together. So all 5 windows are now covered with vellum. See, I didn't try to be neat or anything. So the next thing I want to do is on the front piece, you've got your door. I'm going to bend it on the fold line, and it looks good yellow, but I think it's cuter with a different color. Okay, so now I want my door to be a different color, and I like to add a little teeny brad to the door for a doorknob. You can use a little button. You can use just a little punched out piece of paper. You can draw on it with a marker to make a little doorknob. I punch a hole with a push pin, which makes it easier for me to get this in without bending the paper. And then I just flatten it out really good. Another thing I like to do is take just an ink pad and kind of antique up different areas. So you can do that if you want to, if you have ink. It just gives it a little more definition. Then I put the glue, hot glue, right on this door. Seems to be easier to handle. And then I just line that up and push it down really good. So you'll have a different little door in your kit that you can put on if you want to, and if you don't want to, that's fine too. And there's your little door. Isn't that cute? Okay, then I'm going to just fold it on the score lines. It folds really easy. These are the neatest dies. They cut really well and they score. Some of the printed paper is harder to see, the score lines, but if you start pushing in the right area, they just fold over nice. Look at that. Already done with the front and the side. I'm going to take the back piece and side and fold it on the score lines. It usually takes me longer to pick out cute paper to make these than to actually put them together. So you can see what we've got done so far. Now all I'm going to do is kind of look at it, how it goes together. You can see where they go together. I'm going to just lay this one here, put a little glue on this edge right here, good old hot glue, and just line that up, slick, just like that. Then you're going to take the other part that's scored and folded, a little bit of hot glue, doesn't take very much, kind of slide her together. There's your basic. I made it out of crazy colors to show you the different pieces, but it looks like we're going to have an up house when we get done. Do you think, Caitlin? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the house is all built. Now we're going to take our large roof piece and fold it on the score line. And the little notched edge is what goes in the front, and you can try it on if you want to. See how easy that is? So how I do it is I just put hot glue on these front two tabs, which I folded down, and then just pull it in, kind of bend it to the back and scrunch it down in there, set it on, and then reach up under and push this on with your fingers. See, I'm just adhering that very first part. Easy peasy. Then you want to just give it a couple seconds and then just kind of lift your roof up. Okay, so then I'm just going to go on the next two tabs, one on either side, and push that down. And you can go up again, just go up from inside and stick your finger in there. It only burns for a second. Okay. Sad, huh? Okay, let that dry for a second. Then go open the back. I'm going to put glue on these two and this one right here. That's all you got to do. Glue, glue, glue. Push her down and stick your fingers up in there again and push it down. See, I didn't even get burnt once with this house. Pretty good. Okay, there you go. So cute! Then we're going to take our next roof piece, this little piece. You can see the score line. Score it. And it's just going to sit right here on the front. So the peaked part goes to the roof. And you're just going to take your glue and put it on these two tabs and put it on. Now, you can take more time and play around. I guess I'm just in a hurry. Cute. Much cuter with the cute paper that you got on yours. Now you can add your little window trims. Now this also could have been done while it was flat. And I guess that's what I would suggest if you do, is just put them on while it's flat. But you just put a little bit of glue on it. It's not impossible. So just a little teeny, you could even use glue stick on this part, would probably hold it on good enough. And then line it up. It's hard to be holding this and trying to get it lined up. Okay. So you put those on all your windows. Then we're going to build our chimney, which is this piece right here. You can see the score lines on your piece. You just fold it over. and put a little hot glue on this part, the little part, and glue her together. Line it up. Then fold up the bottom, put a little hot glue on it, and stick it on your roof anywhere you want. Hold it down for a couple seconds. That's what I like about hot glue, is it's immediate. You don't have to wait around. You can use regular glue or any glue with this, but then you have to hold it for a while. Cute! Okay, now for our porch, our steps, I guess you would call it. Just fold it on all the score lines. Like I said, if you have a printed paper and it's harder to see, check both sides to see if you can see the score line on one side better than the other, and just fold it that way. Okay, there's it scored. So you're just going to take these little tabs that you folded under and put a little bit of glue on each one. I usually do one at a time, so I can only burn one finger at a time. Pause for laughter. And then the other side, same deal. Teeny bit. Okay. And then to attach it to the front of your house. Okay, if you want to use the pillars out front, which I gave you with the kit, now's the time to get them on. There's little holes right there on your porch, and you're just going to take one of your poles and stick it. Is that close?
Yeah.
Stick it right in there. See that? That wasn't hard. It's a lot easier to do before you glue it to your house.
That wasn't hard.
Well, it seems like it should be hard, right? Okay. So you're just going to stick them down in there. If you just want to put the porch on, the steps on without it, you can do that too. If you want to do straws, you add those after. So I just stuck them down in there. Then I'm just going to put a little teeny bit of glue. Just kind of get them even with the porch, the bottom of the steps, so they're not hanging out.
Excuse us.
We're trying to make a video here.
Yeah.
We're trying to support Nana's addiction. You're not being quiet. Get out of here. Okay, so there it is. Ta-da! So now you want to have this sitting on a nice flat surface, your house, and you're just going to put that up under there, like so, and go ahead and glue that on. And how you do that is just on this back part, you put your hot glue, and then just shove it up under there so it is even with the surface also. Kind of line it up. Then you're going to take these little pillars, and they're a little bit too tall, so you're just going to bend them down a little bit and stick them in there. See that? And then you just put a little bit of glue on them, and they'll stick right to the roof. Like I said, the straw is really cute, or none at all, or a stick. I also like to make them with the glitter on them, and that's real easy to do. You just have to take your white glue and spread a thin coat on the roof or wherever you want it glittered. And there you go. This is not as cute with these colors as it is with the cute paper. Okay. Then we've got the base left to go. This is the base piece, and you can see it's scored. It's a little trickier to fold because it's such a thin little line, but you just have to bend it over. Sometimes I stick my fingernail along the line to help it to bend. Okay, all the way around, you've got it bent down. Then the little parts that are sticking out, they have a little score line, just bend them back. Okay, then you add a little bit of hot glue and stick it behind just like you did on the steps. Okay, there's the base, which you can use or not. Looks like kind of a ramshackle little shack, but they are beautiful, made out of the right paper. Then we're also going to include with the kit 4 sections of fence. You'll have 4 sections of this, and I again like to antique them a bit. That's up to you. Depends on what look you're going for. This gives a little more character. And then I just fold them in half, like so. And then I like to glue 1 to each corner around the house. I think that looks really cute. I've tried putting them all the way around the house, but it blocks the front porch so much that I don't like it. So then you hot glue just along this little edge here that you're going to glue to the front of the base and stick it on. You're going to do that with all 4 corners or not, or just 2 in the front I've done. Then you're going to put a tea light inside. All right, well, Caitlin and I have had fun making this video. We hope you'll visit our Etsy store and support our addiction. Right, Keek? Mm-hmm. So you can see with the lights dim, the kind of twinkle, so it kind of gives it a little glow to your house. You can also add some other features, which I'm going to show you in here on the shelf. Okay, so I'm just going to show you some different examples of things that you can do to this basic house. This one right here, you can use batting or cotton and make a little smoke coming out of the chimney. You can do that on the baker's house. This one you can see I use straws, and over here Caitlin on this one. This one also has some cute little straws used for the porch poles. And you can see on this one I made it a Valentine's house by just adding some of the cheap little heart candy to it. I made a tree to go with this one by this came out of my front yard, this little rock, a flat rock. I picked off a piece of branch off my tree, and then I glued some moss to it, which I actually bought at Joann's, a bag of moss. So let's see, anything else? This one up here has got twigs for the poles on the front porch, plus it's got the smoke up here on the chimney. I also made my own icicles by using a hot glue gun and just sprinkling glitter on it when it was hot. Okay, this one doesn't have any porch, the poles on the porch, holding up the porch, and I think it looks good. This one has the fence just on the front 2 corners. Okay, well, good luck with that.